Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos. Josslyn sat in her room, heart pounding, staring at the wall. Her mind raced with every harsh word Carly had lobbed at her just hours ago. The guilt, the anger, the betrayal. Everything collided in one messy, emotional storm. She needed an escape. She needed someone who could calm her, someone who understood the danger she was in and the loneliness she felt. She needed Vaughn. She slipped quietly into Vaughn's room, closing the door softly behind her. He was already there, pacing restlessly, shadows flickering from the lamp's glow. She hesitated a moment, but then she said his name. Vaughn turned, the tension in his body visible. He'd been bracing himself for confrontation, for fallout, for consequences. But seeing Josslyn, seeing how small and fragile she looked, it softened something in him. "Joss," he whispered, voice low. She stepped toward him, eyes glistening. She could see the pain in him, too, the burden they both carried, the secrets, the lies. She closed the distance. Vaughn let his guard slip just a little, offering an arm. She leaned on him, resting her head against his chest. She didn't have to explain. He knew. He murmured into her hair, "You don't have to face her anger alone." Her voice cracked. I tried so hard not to disappoint her, but she was relentless. It's unbearable." Josslyn's tears pooled quietly. Vaughn tightened his hold. He brushed a strand of hair from her face. He held her like that for long minutes, letting her settle, let go. Every exhalation, every tremble in her frame, he felt it. He let himself feel it too. He had invested too much to turn away now. He led her to sit on the edge of his bed, pulling her close. She curled into him, letting her head fall back onto his shoulder. "You're not alone," he kept repeating like a mantra. "Not ever while I'm here." She looked up at him, eyes red but raw. "I don't want to fight her," she said. "But I can't let her destroy everything I'm trying to do. And yet, she's my mother." Her voice shook with conflict. Vaughn pressed a kiss to her forehead. "You can be both strong and vulnerable. You just have to believe it." A knock at the door startled them. Vaughn froze. Josslyn's heart jolted. But they stayed silent. After a moment, the knock stopped. Their breathing both loud in the small room. Vaughn whispered, "Carly." Josslyn nodded. She closed the distance, resting her face against his shirt. He placed a hand at the nape of her neck, fingers gentle. They sat in silence. The world beyond that door, Carly's fury, secrets unraveling, the danger, was distant now. For this moment, Vaughn was her refuge. Over time, the knock came again, more insistent. Josslyn looked at Vaughn with panic in her eyes. Vaughn rose, shook his head. "Don't move." He walked to the door, opened it a crack. Carly's voice floated in, sharp, demanding. Josslyn stiffened. Vaughn's jaw tightened. He motioned for Carly to come in. Carly stepped inside, eyes blazing. She looked at Josslyn, then Vaughn. Disbelief, fury, a flood of maternal hurt. "What is this? What are you doing here?" she spat. Josslyn flinched away from Vaughn, shame in her posture. Vaughn turned, shielding Josslyn with his body. "She came here," he said simply. Carly's chest heaved. Her glare lashed between them. "This is exactly what I feared." She advanced. Vaughn held his ground. Josslyn shrank down. "Why are you lying to me? Why did you sneak off?" Carly demanded, voice trembling between rage and heartbreak. Vaughn's calm was firm. "She came here. She needed someone to talk to." Carly's gaze flicked from Vaughn to Josslyn. "And you thought that someone would be you? After everything I've said, after everything I've done." Her voice cracked. Josslyn choked out, "Mom, I'm sorry, but I had nowhere else." Carly's jaw snapped. Vaughn planted a hand on Josslyn's shoulder. Carly's fury softened, briefly, into grief. Her eyes glistened. "Why didn't you come to me? Why hide it?" Josslyn couldn't speak. Vaughn replied softly, "She needed peace, not more war." Carly's face crumbled. She looked at her daughter, fragile, bruised, not just by words, but by burdens. She realized she'd driven her off in the process of protecting her. Carly swallowed. Her voice came out quieter. I thought I was doing the right thing. Josslyn let out a shaky breath. Vaughn released her slightly, stepping aside so Carly could approach. Carly sat on the bed, distant, unsure. She looked at Josslyn. I'm sorry for hurting you, but I can't just accept this. She gestured between Josslyn and Vaughn. All of this. She looked to Vaughn, accusing and pleading at once. Vaughn stood, resolute but respectful. I care for her. I'm not your enemy. Carly shook her head. She stood. I need time. She turned and left, the door closing quietly. Outside, footsteps receded. Josslyn stared at the door, then at Vaughn. He swept her into his arms again. She sobbed. Don't ever leave me like that, she whispered. Vaughn whispered back. Never? I won't. They stayed locked together for long minutes, until her tears slowed, until her breathing steadied. Eventually, Vaughn guided her to lie down. He sat beside her, arm over her, fingers brushing her hair. She closed her eyes. He kept talking quietly. You're stronger than you think. This fight isn't over. But you won't walk it alone. She drifted between tears and exhaustion. He held her. She murmured his name. He repeated comforting words. Honest, steady. He told her she was brave, that he believed in her cause, that he believed in her. He wouldn't let her carry it alone. Outside those walls, the war raged. Carly's anger, suspicions unraveling, secrets on the verge of exposure. But inside that room, for now, there was quiet. There was refuge. There was understanding. Josslyn clung to that solace. Vaughn held the line. In the hours that followed, they talked in whispers, planning, repairing. Josslyn confessed fears she'd hidden. Vaughn admitted doubts. They fortified each other. And when dawn crept through the window, they sat together, determined to face whatever came next, united. The pain from Carly's wrath hadn't disappeared. The danger still loomed. But Josslyn had grasped something vital, that she didn't have to carry the weight alone. Vaughn was more than a partner in secrets. He was someone who could cradle her heart, even when the world threatened to shatter it. And in that fragile moment of peace, Josslyn allowed herself to rest. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel for all of your updates.